I'm not going to say anything about it.
It's a big day.
It's a big day. I'm not going to say anything about it. But just last time I checked, Will the Touch 9 to noon, not 9 to 12:05. But that's neither here nor there. Good to be with you. So good to be with you on a huge day like today and a huge day like yesterday, where, again, and now we're almost, 20 hours removed from Brian Gutekunst and his defining moment as the general manager of the Green Bay Packers. Truly the unbelievable, as he sends 2 first-round picks and 29-year-old defensive tackle, the 3-time Pro Bowler Kenny Clark, to Dallas in exchange for Micah Parsons, who he pays $47 million a year to, 4 years, $188 million deal for one of the best defensive players in the National Football League, and certainly the best defensive player in the National Football League under the age of 28. Micah Parsons is 26 years old, which is also what I happen to be. And boy, does that make me feel bad about myself. That guy's got $188 million. What the hell am I doing with my life?
Talking to your boys.
Yeah, right. Like, this is awesome, right? Guys naming dudes, guys talking ball. It's my favorite thing to do. But Jesus, that makes me feel bad about myself. But again, this is truly unthinkable. I've had a million conversations, as I'm sure we all have, the last 20 hours. And the thing I keep going back to, whether it's here on ESPN Wisconsin, which Tony and I, got to do an awesome live stream last night, where Rich Eisen joined us. And if you missed that conversation, you can find it at the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel. I'll throw it in the Mr. Irrelevant podcast feed if that's where you're listening to us as well sometime this weekend. It's just such a great conversation with Rich Eisen, one of the godfathers of NFL football in my mind, and hearing his perspective. But the thing I keep coming back to is this is the biggest trade in Packers history, period. Brett Favre is the most impactful, but in terms of the level of trade, this is the biggest of all time in the immediate, right? Brett Favre was a flyer, and obviously I think a lot of people went, you're going to get a backup quarterback? What's up with that? And then obviously we know what Brett Favre turned into. But this trade, you're trading for a 3-time All-Pro, you're trading for a 4-time Pro Bowler, you are trading for one of 2 people in NFL history who had 12 sacks in the first 4 years of his NFL career. The only other person to do that is Reggie White. That's the level of player you're getting in Micah Parsons. He is a complete game changer. And Josh, I know, we do the show 3 times a week, Mr. Irrelevant. If you're hearing us for the first time on ESPN Wisconsin, first off, appreciate you hanging out with us and reveling in what an amazing moment this is for the Packers. But we do the show 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube, and it's a podcast. You can find it wherever you get your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and of course the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's called Mr. Irrelevant. If you search it, it'll be the first thing that pops up. We've talked about, especially this offseason, but I think even into last year, the Packers lack superstars. And that's what's holding them back from turning from a good team into a great team, and from a playoff team into a championship team. And I think yesterday completely shifts all of that. Because now when you look at the Packers defense, they were good last year under first-year defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley. They now have a guy you feel really confident in and potential superstars at every level of the defense. Obviously, Micah Parsons now on the defensive line, which I'm sure we'll talk about it sometime before 2 o'clock, how much that opens things up for Rashawn Gary and the excitement I think everybody on this panel has for Rashawn Gary now in 2025. You look at the linebacker crew. Feel good about Quay Walker. You feel really good about Edgerrin Cooper. Won 2 Defensive Player of the Week awards his rookie season. It's the first time in Packers history a rookie has done that. It's the first time a Packer has done that in a single season since Clay Matthews, who was an okay player. And then you look at the defensive backfield. Xavier McKinney was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year for a lot of last year. So you have a superstar or a superstar potential at every level of the defense now. Offensively, you draft Matthew Golden, who at this point certainly looks the part. He certainly looks like he could evolve into a true number 1 receiver. You've seen the best of Jordan Love at points, and that dates back 2 seasons ago, but you have seen that Jordan Love can be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So when it comes to this team, all of a sudden you go, whoa, there are actual championship pieces on this team now with the addition of Micah Parsons, and I think they have all of a sudden catapulted themselves with a snap of a finger into the Super Bowl conversation. And that is really, really, really freaking exciting 9 days out from the opener against the Detroit Lions. So, Joshy, I just want to get your perspective on where you're at, where the mentals are at, how you feel. Have you picked yourself up off of the ceiling or down from the ceiling?
No.
Okay.
No.
And that's okay. We can live in pure elation. But you're looking at this as, oh my God, we have a Super Bowl team now.
Yeah, of course. I think we can dive deeper into the Super Bowl portion of this discussion. I just think the high of what happened yesterday, the speculation around it, the will they, won't they, will Jerry, won't Jerry, is Micah Parsons actually the type of person who's going to end up available for the Green Bay Packers? And when he comes available, is Brian Gutekunst in that front office going to give up the pieces necessary? I remember discussing on Mr. Irrelevant of, I think it's pretty bad news when somebody's available via trade and everyone knows it, because the Packers typically aren't going to pay the highest market price. I still would love to know the details of how that went down, how nobody offered more than 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark. It's changed how I think about Brian Gutekunst. I don't know if I'd call myself a Goot stan like Mark Tauscher does 9 to noon.
Oh, we gotta be getting close though.
Every day across here, but I can't believe that the Packers positioned themselves with an egomaniac like Jerry Jones to get this trade done. And when we were talking about the Trey Hendricksons, the TJ Watts, all the guys that came up, Max Crosby for a while we were talking about, the perfect fit all along was Micah Parsons. The perfect option to fit all of what we know about Brian Gutekunst is Micah Parsons, and they brought him in. They went out and paid 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark, a price I still am having a hard time wrapping my brain around. I was happy with 3 first-round picks and a player.
I was too.
I was thinking, are we going to have to part with a guy I think is going to be foundational to the Green Bay Packers? Kenny Clark was on his last year here.
Without a doubt.
And I think he knows that, and everyone knew that. And Jerry Jones, his press conference, which I think I might just play like before Packers games. Just listen to that
motivational.
Man. Yeah, just listen to that man offer the meekest response I've probably ever heard. In response to, why did you just trade an all-pro, a guy who's on a Hall of Fame trajectory, a guy who totally shifts the field? There's so many details to get into how it affects the cornerbacks, how it affects Rashawn Gary, how it affects even the offense. How many times have we as Green Bay Packers fans watched the Green Bay Packers quarterback, be it Jordan Love or be it Aaron Rodgers, go out and get the points necessary to give your team a lead, and then the defense comes onto the field, and we all look around and go, oh boy, this is going to be tough. It's countless. And now the Packers have the guy amongst plenty of other talent to hopefully a big sack. When was the last time a big sack happened that changed the trajectory of a game?
It was probably like Clay Matthews. Yeah. Probably dates
in the
back
Super
to that.
Bowl.
Yeah, right.
When what's his last name? Kevin
Green.
Kevin Green tapped him on the head and said, like, let's go get one. That's what you got now.
Yeah, you have a complete field tilter and a game changer, just like JOSHY DiMaggio is today. He's cooking already. Mr. Irrelevant with you, I'm Alex Strouf. Tony Cartagena is running the show for us. I want to kick it to Tony. We're going to get to a break. We're going to get the video up and rolling on YouTube, and we are going to continue to react. We'll hear from you on the other side. Tony, hit me.
Josh brought up Jerry Jones. I just wanted to point out that Jerry said multiple times in his presser yesterday that the Cowboys need to stop the run and that the Cowboys have a chance to draft a Pro Bowl player. Or they inherited a Pro Bowl player and could draft a Pro Bowl player. They traded away a potential future Hall of Famer to do that.
Uh-huh.
And no disrespect, but the Packers were so bad at stopping the run the last couple of years, they fired a defensive coordinator, and they definitely weren't going to renew with Kenny Clark. So best of luck. I'm glad that they pulled it off. Obviously, the $47 million price tag helped push that deal through a ton, and the Cowboys essentially, like a basketball team, traded for an expiring contract, but not great on their end.
To build off of what Tony said there, they not only fired a defensive coordinator to get Jeff Hafley, and who that guy has got to be having just the best day you could ever imagine now that he's got Micah Parsons, but they fired the defensive line coach because they were so bad at stopping the run and not getting pressure, and now they just solved everything. You're still going to have to worry about the run as you get better, as you continue this. Micah Parsons, Kenny Clark's going to be a hole, but Kenny Clark in the past 3 years, his run defense grade has declined. So a few guys are going to have to step up and be big.
And I don't want to get too much into this, but I'm actually happy for Kenny. I think this is going to be a good opportunity for him. I think it could lengthen his career. But you're right. He was done in Green Bay after this year, given the contractual things. I think it could be good for him. So I'm actually happy.
I wish him the best.
Clark. Yeah, wish him the best, except on September 28th.
I am sorry. For more than wishing him the best, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to go be that team.
But he posted a picture with his Cowboys hat on.
I think it's going to be some rough years. But what's not going to be rough is Micah Parsons.
That's true. Absolutely true. And what's not going to be rough is the celebration we are going to continue to have over the course of the next 2 hours.
Parade?
In February. In February we'll have one. Okay. Don't worry about it.
No, we did the parade when Dame arrived, and
okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
Well, I was spitballing there. You guys, I'm off that.
Yeah,
no more.
No, look, you're riding high, and we're going to allow it, but we're going to try to be like your bumper rails, or whatever the hell they call them in bowling.
The bumpers.
Yeah, okay, I got it right.
Bumper bowling.
You know me, I'm knowledgeable about
Wordsmith.
bowling. Yeah, wordsmith also. Alex Strouf, Josh DiMaggio, Tony Cartagena, Hunter Vaughn with you. Special edition of Mr. Irrelevant. Your way in is the Carbless Talk and Text line. 800-990-3776. See John in Milwaukee on hold. We'll get to him coming up next. Also want to get to you. How are you feeling 20 hours removed? And is it Super Bowl or bust for the Packers over the course of the next few seasons? We're going to get into that over the course of the next few hours as we continue to celebrate. Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer. More Mr. Irrelevant coming up next. ESPN Wisconsin.
Breaking. Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? For a limited time at TPC Wisconsin, enjoy full golf privileges and all club amenities without full dues. Pay just $150 per month through March to maintain your full golf membership with no golf dues until April 1st. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Schedule a tour or submit a membership inquiry at tpcwisconsin.com and start enjoying the private golf club experience you deserve. That's tpcwisconsin.com.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesh Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, service, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
Steinhaffel's biggest Labor Day sale ever is happening now. Save 10% off store-wide or use Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing and get $50 instant cash back for every $4.99 you spend. Plus, buy a premium mattress and get free premier delivery on your entire order. And get amazing doorbusters like a Sealy mattress for only $1.99. Sofas starting at just $2.99. Shop Steinhaffel's Labor Day sale in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's always pressure. You got to find ways to deal with that pressure and handle as best you can to be the best.
This is your Green and Gold Fix on 100.5 ESPN.
Obviously, there's going to be things that turn up along the way. You got to be able to adjust.
This Green and Gold Fix is driven by Metro Ford.
The Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys have agreed to a trade that sends three-time All-Pro defensive end Micah Parsons to Green Bay in exchange for 2 first-round picks in 2026 and 2027 and veteran defensive tackle Kenny Clark. Not only does it bring Parsons to Green Bay, but it also makes Parsons the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. 4 years, $188 million is the new deal the 4-time Pro Bowler has signed with Green Bay. Reaction all day long right here on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Alex Strouf.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
There's a new sheriff in Titletown.
They added the best defensive player in the NFC.
Micah Parsons is coming to Green Bay.
Jordan Love's no longer the star of this team. Micah Parsons.
Continue reacting with us next on 100.5 ESPN.
Oh yeah, Micah Parsons, a Green Bay Packer. This is not a dream. I do not need to pinch you. This is real life. I still think, and a couple Packers fans have said this to me. JOSHY DiMaggio, Alex Strouf, Tony Cartagena, Hunter Vaughn with you till 2 o'clock this afternoon. As we are live and local, continuing our nonstop coverage of Micah Parsons to the Packers. Just truly unbelievable. But so many Packers fans have said to me, like, I truly think I'm kind of living in a dream a little bit. I truly, like, I'm finding this hard to believe because it's so uncharacteristic of the Packers. We've spent so much time on this airwaves saying, I want to see the Packers go all in. I want to see the Packers make that big move and show us the urgency that Goody asked for. And like, credit to him, man, because I think how he's operated this offseason shows urgency, nothing but it.
I love that the two positions we talked about the most in this offseason were the wide receiver position. You go out with your first round pick, the first time in 20 plus years you draft Matthew Golden. And then to follow that up with one of the more seismic movements of a superstar that you can possibly imagine in the NFL. I don't remember, and I don't know what the precedent is, not in Green Bay, but in the league as a whole, of somebody entering their fifth year with 4 Pro Bowls to their name, double-digit sacks every single year, making their move to the Green Bay Packers. It's totally reset how I think of the Green Bay Packers, how I think of Brian Gutekunst. It's reset my expectations to an incredibly high level, and I'm not only more confident in Brian Gutekunst and his ability to assess, but now I'm looking around at this roster thinking, obviously Micah Parsons helps, but Goody looked at this roster and said, we're right there. The Green Bay Packers are right there. They're on the precipice of greatness. And he decided this is the move that is going to put us over the top. And it's making me go back and think, like, maybe my expectations were too low before, but now they should absolutely be risen to a sky-high level.
Let's get some callers because we typically don't get to take callers on the show. No. So I'm really excited to talk to the people. Usually we're talking to the YouTube commenters, which we'll still do, obviously. I see all the comments rolling in ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube. But this show is digital only usually, so we don't get to take callers. So let's get some callers, shall we? Let's stay in Milwaukee. Go to our buddy John in Milwaukee. John, you were on a special edition of Mr. Irrelevant. What's up, my man?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Ecstatic with the move. It seems very similar to when they went out and got Reggie White so long ago, and we know how that took the Packers to another level. And I think it's actually kind of smart on Jerry Jones if he continues to be smart in this way, because you look at next year with a little creative tampering to call maybe Archie Manning and say, hey, your grandson, wherever he goes, I'm going to put my 2 first-round picks that I got from the Packers with whatever else to get Arch Manning on his roster possibly next year. What are your thoughts?
Here's my thoughts, and this is something I'm going to believe. You gave up a proven player for the hopes that Arch Manning is as good as Josh Allen, Patrick
Hold on.
Mahomes. Why are we talking about the Cowboys?
No, not even that. How the hell do you think of that? That's actually kind of fascinating.
Wait, you haven't seen this yet?
No, I haven't seen that theory at all.
Cowboys Twitter.
You're stuck in Packers land.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Understandable.
I really haven't thought about the Cowboys outside of Jerry Jones.
That's because it doesn't matter. Who cares? So what? Micah Parsons has to sack Arch
Yeah, but
Manning
hold
in
on.
an NFC Championship game? Like, who cares?
Hold on. That's assuming the Cowboys ever get back to one of those. They have not been in one
They
in
won't.
my lifetime, might I add. Just
They
throwing
won't.
that out there.
They won't.
Kind of fascinating, the creativity they could have with, they do have some flexibility. So, like, I don't want to call it a misconception because I do believe the Packers fleeced the Cowboys. Micah Parsons is worth more than 2 first-round picks and a 30-year-old defensive tackle. It's just the truth.
Yes.
And again, I think Kenny Clark is still a good player, and I still think he has some gas left in the tank, and I think he'll do good things for the Cowboys. But Micah Parsons is on the trajectory to a first-ballot Hall of Famer.
Yep.
That's the trajectory he's on, just plain and simple what it is. So I just think he's worth more than that. But that said, I don't think the Cowboys, didn't get anything out of the trade. They still did get 2 first-round picks, which NFL teams value. We've talked so many times about how Goody overvalues his draft picks. He overvalues first-round picks. And so getting 2 first-round picks, which now means they have 4 the next 2 years, if they wanted to get creative, like the Bears and the Panthers have the last couple of years, where they trade up to the number 1 pick, if things don't work out in Dallas, maybe they could. I don't know. Just a thought.
The Dallas Cowboys are going to spend way more than 2 first-round picks trying to get themselves another Micah Parsons.
Yeah, that's true.
The Dallas Cowboys are going to be searching and hoping to find the guy. Micah Parsons isn't a supplemental piece. He's a cornerstone. He's who you build Super Bowls around. He's not the piece you add that's a late career guy that maybe can put us over the top. This is, you're locked and loaded, you're building Super Bowl winners. He's one of the pieces. He's one of the necessary pieces to elevate your team from a contender to a Super Bowl winner.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. All right. I talk a lot about 3 cities on this show typically. Well, 4 cities. I talk about Green Bay, where I grew up. Talk about Milwaukee, where I live now. Talked about Madison, where I lived for 3.5 years. And what's the 4th city I always talk about? It's the other city I lived
in. Stevens Point.
That would be correct. Let's go there. Our buddy Levi in Stevens Point. I talked to him last night, and he was elated.
I've heard him on every show today so far.
Well, good. That's how it should be. Fired up. You should be that fired up. Levi, hit me. How you feeling?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm. It's just nuts. I've been calling these shows almost past 24 hours almost since this happened, but it just still feels surreal about him on our team. And also read that says on some social media that he'll be speaking with the Green Bay media at 6 o'clock tonight, and Goody's going to speak at 5.
Yeah, so there was a travel delay, Levi, and I appreciate you filling in the gaps there. So I just got that email as well, Levi, and appreciate the call as always, buddy. You got to go for the ESPN Wisconsin cycle. So I'm hosting KBN coming up next 2 to 5 as well with Brad Nortman. I think that would be and then Homer 5 to 6. You need to call into every show today. You're halfway there. He's got to go for the cycle. So they moved it back. So it was initially supposed to be Goody in about 30 minutes. He was going to talk at 1 o'clock, and then Micah Parsons was going to talk at 2:30. That has now been moved to 5 and 6 respectively. So we'll have to wait a little bit longer to hear from the new Packers star Micah Parsons tonight at 6 o'clock at Lambeau Field. He will officially be introduced, which is just nuts still to me.
This is the first time in the history of the Green Bay Packers that media members and radio stations won't complain about a Friday night news conference.
It's a great point by you.
It's all exciting.
Yeah,
it doesn't even matter that it's Friday night and it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I just feel a little bad for those beat reporters because
I don't. Nope.
Just let me say why. Let me say why.
Nope. Josh said no. Nope. Don't care.
I don't feel bad for people who get to live other people's dreams.
Fair point.
That's profound.
Fair point. No but. You're right.
No but.
No but. You know what? Do your damn job, Jason.
That's why we are so lucky to be here. This is also people's. It's my dream.
It's my dream too.
Yeah. This is my nightmare.
And never feel bad for us.
No, we're living the dream. I want to work more, actually. You know how thrilled Tony and I were to be here until 7:40 last night?
That was fun.
That was a blast, dude.
And do you know what made it worth it? I know you got to get to break here, but when we were on the YouTube comments, we were reading some of them, and the people just talking about, like, this is a Packers community. Like, it just felt like a kind of like a galvanizing, just like area for everyone to talk.
Yeah.
And none of it was, for the first time, I swear to God, since the internet's been invented, the first time I felt like there wasn't any actual hate being spewed. People were just happy. And if it lasts for 12 hours or 24 hours or until kickoff next week Sunday, great.
I think, I don't know if I'll come down from this high until maybe the Green Bay Packers lose.
Guys.
Yeah, I agree.
Can you just in your heads envision as Strouf goes to break what that first sack is going to hit like? Whether
hold
you're
on.
in the
Moment of
building-
silence. And here comes Parsons. Parsons into the backfield. And down goes Goff!
He's getting one week 1.
Check the odds during break.
He's getting one week 1?
Check the odds.
Getting one? I think your expectations are too low there, buddy.
Strouf's got him for 30 on the season. So.
I don't know how much he's going to be able to be out there from a condition. I'm sure he's not sitting on his bum drinking sodas.
I know we all like sports gambling. I think we all do, everybody on this panel, right? But I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. I know that, right? And people are always like, why do we always have to bring up the sports gambling aspect? I just want to use sports gambling as a crutch here to understand what the Packers got. They got the betting favorite for the Defensive Player of the Year. He has the best odds of any player in the NFL that plays defense to win Defensive Player of the Year.
To stick on betting odds a little bit, traditionally, the only person who moves a line is a quarterback.
1 point. He's a 1 point swing.
It speaks volumes on not only how good he is, but how desperate the Packers were in need of a guy like that. He's changed the trajectory and the expectations, not only from us as fans who are going to watch it and hang by every snap. The people who do this for a living looked at it in Vegas and said, oh boy, this team is a lot better.
They sure are.
Strouf, update people on what the division looked like when we checked it late last night.
Yeah, so there's only 2 divisions in football that do not have a betting favorite. So that means you have to bet, or you would bet $100 on a team in the division and you would win more than $100, right? So like, for example, I think it's the Buccaneers in the NFC South. They are minus 125 or something. So that means you would have to bet $125 to make $100. So there are 2 divisions in football where if you bet $100, you would make more than $100 back on any 4 team winning the division. The Lions are plus 175. Bet 100, you win 175. The Packers are plus 180.
Yeah.
Bet 100, win $180. So it's viewed as an effective coin toss.
Yes, it is
in the NFC North.
Exactly.
And by the way,
week 1 is huge.
That's what I was just about to say. I've said it the whole offseason, Tony. Like, I think week 1 is a huge game in deciding who wins the NFC North.
Except, Strouf, I didn't believe you until 3:58 yesterday.
Bingo, buddy. All right, more Mr. Irrelevant coming up next. We're going to hear from our resident Cowboys fan, Hunter Vaughn, coming up in just a bit. I have no idea what headspace he's in. I only talked to him for a little bit. We're going to talk to him in a bit, and we'll continue to talk like Super Bowl or bust, Super Bowl expectations, the impact Micah Parsons makes. We are all through the roof with excitement. I know you are too. You can get in on it. Carble's Talking text line is 800-990-3776. Come on, I want to talk to the fans on a day we're on the radio. 800-990-3776. Your way in, any thoughts, any reactions, or if you just want to give me a good old-fashioned go Pack go, baby, you can do that on the Carble's Talking text line. More Mr. Irrelevant coming up right after this.
Breaking Packers news on ESPN Milwaukee. The Packers have acquired Micah Parsons. Stay up to date with the news right here. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Badgerland Exteriors, residential and commercial, roofing, siding, and solar. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. Another season begins tonight. Wisconsin volleyball starting their 2025 campaign with a pair of top 25 matchups at the Kohl Center over the holiday weekend. Bucky facing 14th ranked Kansas for a 6 p.m. matchup tonight. Then Sunday, the Badgers square off with number 5 Texas at 1 p.m. Wisconsin coming in ranked 8th in the national polls and predicted to finish 3rd in the Big Ten. Join Jesse Nelson for all things pre- and postgame and John Arias for all the in-game action. Catch every match here on 100.5 ESPN, your home for Wisconsin Badger volleyball.
For long-lasting comfort and reliability, our craftsmen make it easy to trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Right now, get 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com.
Summer is here, and your taste buds deserve the best. Carbless is perfect for the pool, the lake, or hanging out by the fire. Full of flavor with 0 sugars, only 100 calories, and made with premium spirits. Don't just settle for something overly carbonated and those flavorless seltzers. Carbless has full flavor with every sip, not just a hint. So when you're ready to take a drink and ready to chill, Carbless is clean, crisp, and won't leave you feeling bloated. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com.
It's a home run! But wait, is your roof ready for the big league storms? If your roof has more holes than a catcher's mitt, it's time to bring in the pros. At Avondale Roofing, we've been handling leaks, repairs, and full replacements with major league precision for over 30 years. And as a GAF Master Elite certified contractor, we bring top-tier quality and proven performance to every job. Whether it's a quick patch-up or full upgrade, our team steps up to the plate and knocks it out of the park every time. You're out! Don't wait till water's in your dugout. Call Avondale Roofing today and keep your home in the win column.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Your current car, soon to be your old car. A new car? Better start looking. But you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free credit score and score monitoring on most new consumer checking accounts. Because when you know you need to make a big purchase, knowing your credit score puts you in the driver's seat. You've got this with free credit monitor from Associated Bank. See AssociatedBank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Micah Parsons is a Packer.
I'm not going to put him in the same categories as Charles and Reggie yet, but it has that chance. He is that kind of player.
Reaction continues next, right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Micah Parsons to the Packers party continues on ESPN Wisconsin. It's a special edition of Mr. Irrelevant with you, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison. And shout out to Dodge County, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. I'm Alex Strouf, alongside JOSHY DiMaggio, Tony Cartagena, and Hunter Vaughn.
Shout out the beef.
The beef, yeah, love the beef. The Thirsty Beaver. I bet the Thirsty Beaver was popping on a Wednesday night. Thursday night. What day is it today? Friday?
Friday.
Thursday night, yeah. Thirsty Thursday at the Thirsty Beaver. I bet our boy Wally Lukaczynski was bellied up there last night. You think?
No, he had some high school football.
I think he's pretty focused on his job professionalism. I don't want to put him out there as a bellied up to the bar guy.
Well, he's the man of the people.
He is a man.
He may have had a high school football game last night.
He could have been holding a town hall for all I know.
He might be the mayor, for all we know. Knowing Wally, he might also moonlight as the mayor of Beaver Dam. He will someday, probably. Anyway, we're talking about Micah Parsons, man. I will say this every time I bring it in from break because it truly is unbelievable that Brian Gutekunst pulled this off. And I'd actually like to make this segment just a dedication to the cojones of Brian Gutekunst. I never thought I'd dedicate anything to a man's cojones, but I'm going to do that right now to Brian Gutekunst because we've given him a lot of flack, and rightfully so. You are hired in the NFL as either a general manager or a head coach. You are hired to one day be fired. Everybody gets fired. I know they said that Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick mutually decided that their tenures came to an end in Seattle and New England, respectively. Bill Belichick doesn't have an NFL job again for a reason. It's because he was fired, because unfortunately he wasn't at the level of winning Super Bowls anymore. Everybody gets fired in the NFL no matter how long you hold that job. So Brian Gutekunst, who is entering his now, 9th season or 8th season as the general manager of the Green Bay Packers, hasn't won a Super Bowl, hasn't been in a Super Bowl, and hasn't had a ton of slam dunk draft picks. He's had a couple of slam dunk free agent signings. Zadarius Smith was really good for a couple of years. Devondre Campbell was good for 1 year. And then he signed a real bad contract. Jordan Love is seemingly going to be a good draft pick for him. Jair Alexander was a good draft pick for him. And obviously Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney last year were home runs in year 1 and hopefully continue to be in year 2 and 3.
Strouf, you don't have to do the song and dance. I think overall people understand the negatives and the
and that's what I'm
picks,
getting to, Tony.
The misses.
There's been a lot of those too, right? And there hasn't been a holy crap, how did he do that moment? Until yesterday. Now, why I want to give him credit for his cones, I could probably pick a better phrase than that.
Just think of something else. Josh, you're the smartest person in our building. Please come up with like 800 synonyms.
We could just be giving Brian Gutekunst credit. I could keep it simple.
Famously, there is a broadcaster.
Onions!
There you go.
You could just say, do you know what? He did his job.
Fellas.
He showed up to
not
work
even that
and
he
did
just,
his job.
It's not even that he just did his job yesterday, though.
He exceeded expectations.
But I don't even want to just put it on yesterday. I actually want to give him about 1.5 years of credit because I think it dates back to last free agency. Xavier McKinney, home run. Josh Jacobs, home run. What he did in the draft in April, I can't call it a home run yet, but it was the right pick. For where your team is at, you need a stud wide receiver. He went out and hopefully got one in Matthew Golden, but he took the swing there. For the first time in 23 years in the first round for the Packers. And now yesterday he trades for debatably the best defensive player in football. So what he's been able to orchestrate over the course of the last 1.5 years deserves a ton of credit. It's a different roster. Like when you think of the best players on the Packers roster outside of Jordan Love, Xavier McKinney, Josh Jacobs, Micah Parsons. Those are the 3 best. Like we can go as simple as go to your your copy of Madden 26 or whatever game comes out or has come out. I guarantee the 3 best ranked players on the Packers roster in this order are Micah Parsons, Xavier McKinney, Josh Jacobs. I guarantee it. Those guys weren't Packers 2 seasons ago. Brian Gutekunst brought that to Green Bay and now has brought Super Bowl hopes aplenty to Green Bay, especially with the addition yesterday of Micah Parsons. That deserves a ton of credit. So credit to Brian Gutekunst, who's went out and taken, those were free agent swings, but those were still big swings. And even this offseason, I'll give him credit on Aaron Banks. I think he improved, even if it was in the margins, he improved the offensive line in front of Jordan Love and in front of Josh Jacobs.
Juxtapose that against some of the names that were going around this free agency for edge rushers. Guys who now, when you know you have Micah Parsons, you laugh at. Just Josh Sweat. I mean, what if Brian Gutekunst would have made that move and acquired another edge rusher? It doesn't leave you room for a Micah Parsons via the cap, via all that. He waited in silence, and I don't know if there was rumors, rumblings this was going to go on, or if this is something that developed over the past couple of weeks where they thought there was like a legitimate mutual interest here for a trade to happen. But Brian Gutekunst, we've heard the term draft and develop, and it's almost been used as a pejorative, as they don't do enough when it comes to adding to the team and making it great. And I think that moniker that we've used against Brian Gutekunst has to be thrown away because it's not just the trade for Micah Parsons. It's like you said, Xavier McKinney, and it's Josh Jacobs, and it's Aaron, and it's Banks. There is so many players who are on this team now that weren't draft picks. They acquired them through some means like waivers and UDFAs. He's using every avenue available to him to bring another Super Bowl home. And we talked about it when it happened, the comment about urgency. It's about time we started competing for championships around here. He did his part.
If Jordan Love evolves into, an absolute superstar, maybe 2029 and 2030 won't be that rough. But I mean, like, this is an all hands on deck for the next couple of years effort by Brian Gutekunst. All right, Tony, fact check me. Madden ratings.
All right, Madden ratings. You said X, Josh Jacobs, and Micah Parsons, correct?
Not in that order, but yes.
So Xavier McKinney, the highest rated Packer at 93. Josh Jacobs is second at 90.
Can I guess? Hold on. Can I guess what Micah Parsons is?
The rating?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to have.
It goes out of 99 or 100?
99.
He's got to be at least a 97. Let's go 97.
Micah Parsons is a 98 in Madden 2026.
Pretty good.
I did see last night.
Kenny Clark, 83.
People, yeah, I saw that because people were trying to run this trade on Madden, and like the Cowboys weren't even interested. Like it was like mediocre interest.
Do the Packers have the best player in the division?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's a really good question.
There's
My
one. There's
gut
one.
tells me no.
There's one guy I put up there, and that's Justin Jefferson.
Okay, one other I'd throw in there, and he's not to the level of Micah Parsons yet, but I think he could be. Is Aiden Hutchinson?
He has a case. He certainly was making the case.
And then he got hurt.
I think he'll return to form. I don't know if it's going to be this year off of that reconstruction.
I got to be honest with you. Even with the questionable quarterback situation in Minnesota, I'm really high on Justin Jefferson. I think he's going to have a great season if he stays healthy.
I think he's one of the 10 best football players in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think Micah Parsons is also in that conversation.
I agree. All right, let's get to a break. I want to talk to Hunter coming up next. Hunter is a Cowboys fan, and you will never believe what he wore to the office yesterday.
Was that yesterday?
It's truly unbelievable. We will tell you what he wore to the office, and we will check in on how Hunter is feeling. Our resident Cowboys fan. I almost feel bad for him. That's coming up next. It's a special edition of Mr. Irrelevant live, ESPN Wisconsin.
Have made their move, acquiring Micah Parsons from Dallas.
So does this automatically mean Super Bowl or bust for the Green Bay Packers?
No doubt. Yep. Continue reacting with us right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Steinhoffel's biggest Labor Day sale ever is happening now. Save 10% off store-wide or use Steinhoffel's 60-month 0% financing and get $50 instant cash back for every $4.99 you spend. Plus, buy a premium mattress and get free premier delivery on your entire order. And get amazing doorbusters like a Sealy mattress for only $199. Sofas starting at just $299. Shop Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
The roll screen, the ability to roll a window screen up and down like a shade. Pella invested in this breakthrough when the business was born and has introduced the world to innovative, game-changing designs ever since. Hi, I'm Gina Della from Pella. Our incredible craftsmen have always been driven by the principles of traditional American values and the desire to enrich the homes and lives of others. They've been at it for a century. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, we make it easy for you to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home. Pella always designs with innovation and rigorously tests each product for quality and performance. Our team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Investing in new Pella windows and doors creates long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years. And if you order by August 31st, get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Micah Parsons is a Packer.
He's proven, he's been incredible in Dallas. This is just an amazing move. I am shocked that Goody got this pulled off.
Reaction continues next, right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Micah Parsons is a Packer party continues. Mr. Irrelevant, Alex Strouf, JOSHY DiMaggio, Tony Cartagena running the show for us today. He's filling the Will Summers hole that is typically on the show. Will took a good day to be off as a Bears fan.
The small hole left by Will Summers.
Well, yeah, we have actually upgraded our IQ quite a bit today.
And I was more talking about stature.
Oh, yeah. Tony, how tall are you? How many inches do you have on Will?
How tall is Will?
5.
7.
7?
So 6 inches, 7 inches.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
I hear that's a lot.
And time for Hunter.
All right. So Hunter Vaughn, who is always our producer on this show, he just does a tremendous job. If you've never watched our show before, I would put our video product up against any sports media show in the world. Hunter is an amazing video producer, and he also happens to be a Cowboys fan.
Hey,
Hunter.
Hi.
Oh, no. How you doing today?
I mean, the Badgers won, so that was great. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, guys. Like, the 49ers gave up more to trade up for Trey Lance than what the Packers had to give up for Micah Parsons.
Good point, actually.
Like,
Jamal Adams went for 2 first-round picks.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's been 30 years, guys.
It has, and it'll be even longer, unfortunately, now. So, Hunter,
looking like 40.
I do want to go back to Wednesday's show because we had what I think was an entertaining but also very frustrating argument for all of us. Hunter, you just kept saying he's a great player, but he sucks in the playoffs. You don't want him in the playoffs, and I think Joshy and I just kept saying over and over and over and over and over again. We'd like to see it for ourselves, and now likely we will get to see for ourselves. You stand by that? Do you have any regret with how that conversation went? Where are we feeling there?
He's got to stand by it.
I mean, when then videos are circulating of Josiah DeGuara bullying Micah Parsons in that playoff game from 2023, like, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Micah Parsons does a lot of great things. If the team he is on is not winning, he disappears in those games because of his difficulty against the run.
Can I ask you two things? Two things, real quick. Number one, what's the best case scenario for you as a Cowboys fan with how Micah Parsons is in Green Bay?
I think best case scenario is that Jordan Love doesn't have a season-ending injury, but just deals with a nagging back injury, so he is just mid, and then they're 500.
Okay, we're not doing injuries. I asked about Micah Parsons. Yes, but I didn't ask about Jordan Love. I asked about Micah Parsons.
This is a man that's scrambling.
Micah Parsons, okay, if he doesn't play, the Packers are still a playoff team. Like, that's where they were at before this trade happened. So for me, having the Cowboys having those 2 first-round picks, I need Jordan Love to not play well so that pick is better.
Okay, so what's the worst-case scenario? Defensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl MVP for Micah Parsons?
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year and
yeah,
Super
that's
Bowl
my
MVP?
hell.
Okay. That's my hell.
Imagine the potential of a 2-sack, 3-sack, 2-sack, forced fumble NFC Championship game.
It would be terrific. And we've done all these Reggie White comparisons, which I don't really like because he's such a legend and he's a Hall of Famer. And by the way,
he could stop the run.
Let's not forget, in a Super Bowl win, you had to get that in there. In a Super Bowl win,
it's grass.
Reggie White had 2 sacks and then a game-winning sack. He had 3 sacks in Super Bowl victory for the Packers. So, I'm not putting Micah Parsons on that level yet, but he's obviously a very good player, and he's younger than Reggie was when he joined the Packers.
Can I make a prediction here?
Yeah, but go ahead.
In the event that the Packers are in a very big playoff game, NFC Championship or even more, I think Micah Parsons' impact is going to be felt more because he doesn't have trash teammates on the defense.
Yeah.
Guys, just the threat of him on third down in the fourth quarter is going to bring...
Look at the Dallas Cowboys depth chart on defense.
I don't want to. I will on September 26th, maybe, before that game.
They would kill for an Edgerrin Cooper. Xavier McKinney.
They sure would. All right, let's get to a break. When we come back, I want to hit some more calls. So I see a couple of you lined up. We will get to you coming up next. I want to hear your Micah Parsons reaction. Any thoughts you have on that? The pure elation all of us Packers fans are feeling. And we will get to that in hour 2. We are with you until 2 o'clock. It is a special edition of Mr. Irrelevant. We are reacting to all things Micah Parsons, Alex Strouf, JOSHY DiMaggio, Tony Cartagena, Hunter Vaughn with you. Let's go, baby. Another hour left. More Mr. Irrelevant after this.
The search for luxury begins at Audi Madison. Save $5,500 when you purchase or lease a new 2025 Audi Q7 55. National customer credit is good toward the purchase, finance, or lease of a new Audi, but is only available until September 2nd. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Celebrations Entertainment. Complete event services for weddings, corporate events, nonprofit events, outdoor movies, casino nights, and much more. Go to celebrationsentertainment.com to get started today. The big news that has taken over the Wisconsin sports world in the last 24 hours. Micah Parsons traded to the Green Bay Packers. In exchange, general manager Brian Gutekunst sends Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys 2 future first-round picks and 9-year veteran Kenny Clark. Reactions continue all afternoon long on 100.5 ESPN. That includes with Kyle Bruston Nortman from 2 to 4, Jim Matt Molly from 4 to 5:30, followed by the regular season opener of Wisconsin Badgers volleyball on 100.5 ESPN. Tonight, the 8th-ranked Badgers take on 14th-ranked Kansas at the opening Spike Classic at the Kohl Center. They're also in action Sunday afternoon against number 5 Texas at the Kohl Center. Listen to both matches right here on 100.5 ESPN. Due to the Badgers games, the Brewers and Blue Jays moved to 1670 The Zone.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Topics of the day.
I can't believe I'm about to say these words. Wow. Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer. Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer.
Done the only way Stroufy knows how.
There's so many levels of ridiculous that this falls into. So yes, I'm living in a little bit of euphoria. Very long way to answer your question.
This is Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strouf on ESPN Wisconsin and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Here's Alex Strouf.
More Micah Parsons reaction continues, a special 2-hour edition of Mr. Irrelevant. I'm Alex Strouf. JOSHY DiMaggio is here. Tony Cartagena is here. And you know what? Credit to Hunter Vaughn. He showed up to work today. I don't know if I would, like, say the Packers had traded Jordan Love. Like, I think that's, like, the only equivalent I can make, probably. I don't know if I'd be at work today. I'd be, like, shriveled up in a ball. Luckily for Hunter, he's not a Mavericks fan. I feel bad for people in Dallas who have lost Luka Doncic and Micah Parsons, the faces of their franchise, in a matter of, 7 months. What's going on in Dallas? Actually, I have an idea. Let's find out what's going on in Dallas because we have Dusty in Texas calling in on the Cardless Tug and Sex line, 800-990-3776. So, Dusty, I have been told you're a season ticket holder of the Packers. We'll get to that, Dusty. I want to spend a few minutes with you. But first, I need to know, I imagine you're surrounded by Cowboys fans. You have Cowboys fans friends down in Texas. How are they feeling, and how are you feeling after this mega trade for Micah Parsons?
First of all, I'm feeling it's awesome. I never thought it was going to happen at all because I never thought Jerry would do it. And if he did, he would do it to some other team, anybody other than the Packers. So I didn't believe it was going to happen. And then I'm sitting here. I had been listening to KDN, and I had to get on a work call, and all of a sudden my son's yelling at me from across the house, "Dad, it happened!" So it was pretty cool.
Was it brought up on the work call?
No.
Oh,
no. These are the companies in California, so they didn't care.
Gotcha, fair enough.
So then I see my nephew shortly after that, and he came in and he goes, "Well, the Packers just got a whole lot better."
Sure did.
So, and then my son-in-law is subtly depressed right now.
Yeah, so. I bet. So, season ticket holder. How much do you make it up to Wisconsin, Dusty? How many times a year?
Well, I grew up in Madison.
Oh, cool.
Born in Milwaukee, grew up in Madison. About 10 years ago, my wife decided she liked to spend summers in Wisconsin. So we do that when my grandkids aren't in school. So.
Oh, awesome. Love that.
So, yeah, I'm up there quite a bit. I usually get up for 1 or 2 games. My brother, I share the season ticket holder price with him. He lives in Sheboygan.
Oh, nice. Sheboygan, shout out. So, September 28th, it's Packers at Dallas. It's the Micah Parsons return game. You got to go, right, Dusty? You have to.
Yeah, so tickets went from $55 the day before yesterday to minimum $300.
Oh, wow.
Yesterday afternoon.
Wow.
So,
I shouldn't be surprised by that, but I am surprised by that. It's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere.
If I don't actually decide to spend the money to get in the game, I'm going to go up and taunt Cowboys fans. Maybe go to the Packers Everywhere rally before.
Be careful.
It should be fun. Yeah.
There's going to be some hurt feelings.
Oh, without a doubt. So, Dusty, here's what I need from you. So, I host our Packers pregame show on ESPN Wisconsin and WTMJ here in Wisconsin, 3 hours before every game. If you end up going to taunt Cowboys fans, can you call in that week for me, please?
Absolutely. 100%.
Right. You're the man. You are officially our Texas correspondent. Dusty, the Texas correspondent. Before we let you go, buddy, any final thoughts on this deal and the excitement for the Packers?
No, I'm just super excited. I'm also super excited to be here talking to the best radio voice on ESPN Wisconsin, Alex Strouf.
Wow, that's way too kind of you. Well, thank you, Dusty. Really appreciate it.
What's that all about? Do you know Dusty?
I don't know Dusty. I've never met Dusty. I don't think I've ever talked to Dusty. But
I've never dropped a caller so quick.
Yeah,
I know I'm just filling in today, but between Hunter and Dusty, good Lord, we got to tone it back down a little bit.
We do have a responsibility for honesty.
Yeah, well.
Journalistic integrity.
Well, I think, I kissed his butt a little bit. I called him our Texas correspondent, so he kissed it back. That's probably what just happened there. Let's go to a town I love. I was just in Manitowoc the other weekend. I have a bunch of family. We're doing like the Alex Strouf tour today.
You're as excited about geography as you are about Micah Parsons.
I love geography. Well, no, I'm actually just excited about talking to people because we don't take calls on Mr. Relevant typically. We don't have the technology for it. So, I'm very excited to talk to people.
Josh, this gives Strouf the chance to be a star. He's trying to relate to the hometowns. Yeah. It's like when the radio DJs and music shout out different high schools, so then they can be like, oh, those schools really, really like me. That's what Strouf is doing today. I will tell this next caller, you compliment Strouf, you're getting dropped.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
ASAP.
Tom, go ahead and diss me. Tom, welcome to Mr. Irrelevant. What do you got for us?
All right. Hi, how you guys doing? I'm actually from Milwaukee. I moved up here with my wife in 2010 to Manitowoc, and my family has season tickets there for the Packers.
Nice.
So I've been a Packers fan for 27 years, since I was 13 years old when they just got to with Reggie White and everything. So I didn't really know what was the question of when Reggie White got traded to the Packers. Got signed to the Packers. I didn't really know how big of it was, but I'm telling you right now, when that trade happened yesterday, I had to this got to be fake. There's no way this is real, and I had to call I called everybody. I called everybody up with nuts. I got a buddy of mine that's a Cowboys fan. I ain't called him yet because I didn't want to upset him.
Tom, my advice to you is call him and rub it in, Tom. Call him and rub it in.
Bro, I can't believe Jerry Jones let this deal go through. He had so many opportunities to say, okay, we're going to pay Micah and get over with. But no, he kept on. He's upset. And the Packers, I will never go after Brian Gutekunst again. Mm-hmm. I'll leave you alone. I'll officially leave it alone. This is the move. You should get his decision right now. He pulled the move off. And I don't care about those picks.
Nobody
because it won't really make and just overall, I just feel like the Packers are going in right now. I'm ready for this season. I can't wait. I can't wait for this season to start. I can't wait. It's going. Just think about everybody that think about Van Ness, thinking about Cooper, thinking about how everybody on that defense going to eat on that defense the way it's going to maneuver because they got to stop Micah Parsons first. And shout out to Clark. I'm sad. I'm really sad that he had to go. He's been a great teammate for this team for years and years, and I hope the best for him. But for overall, Jerry Jones is the dumbest owner I've ever seen in my life. He's not that guy that's going to make a move like this and thinking it's okay.
Yeah.
But me, last thing I say about Jerry Jones though, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jerry Jones. Absolutely. That's Tom and Manitowoc. Thanks for the call, Tom. Look, he said a bunch of really good things in there. And the Kenny Clark part, I think, is something we've kind of brushed over because thank you, but goodbye, I think was my immediate response. Yeah. He was a great Packer. There's no doubt about it. He's
one of my favorites.
He's likely a future Packers Hall of Famer, if we're being honest, right? He's a first-round pick. And the other part of the Kenny Clark thing is that I haven't brought up yet. I'm sure other people have. Yeah. That is the last standing Ted Thompson player.
Yep.
And Ted Thompson, obviously, just the late Ted Thompson, a terrific general manager for so many years for this Packers team, a Super Bowl champion, and just had such an incredible impact on this team. That is the last piece of this team that was tied to him. So it is kind of the official end of the Ted Thompson era. And like I said, it's the final player that he selected in the draft that was rostered. But Kenny's a great player. He's a future Packers Hall of Famer more than likely. And I hope he has a great second act in Dallas. Just not against the Packers ever.
I don't know if this is the end of the Ted Thompson era because Micah Parsons is only here in part because Kenny Clark was able to go there.
It's a really good
Ted
point.
Thompson's going to live with Micah Parsons. He's going to live with the next Super Bowl championship that the Packers hopefully claim in the next couple of years here. This is part of his legacy. You can't deny that.
I haven't thought about it that way. So I'm actually glad you put it that way because you're absolutely correct by saying that. He actually drafted a player that was so good that he was able to, with 2 first-round picks, acquire hopefully a first ballot Hall of Famer and multiple time Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, it's just thinking of all the different pieces and the layers and the levels of what's happened, what got the Packers into this position, how they were able to maneuver this way, how Brian Gutekunst learning from Ted Thompson. This feels like something I don't know if Ted Thompson ever does. And it's like Goody took Ted Thompson's excellence and built off of it and built his own legacy, but kept everything we've known and loved about Ted Thompson to this point with the Packers.
Amazing. The Micah Parsons is a Packer party. I'm good at alliteration. Continues. Let's take one more call. The Micah Parsons is a Packer party in Pewaukee. Let's go to David in Pewaukee. David, you're on Mr. Irrelevant. What's up?
Hey, Strouf. I sat next to you at the KBN fantasy football draft at Pato a couple weeks ago.
Absolutely.
I'm just wondering, I picked up the Packers for, our fantasy league. I was wondering if we think the Parsons pick up does for the Packers, for fantasy football defensive-wise.
David, you're the man. So David was in the Mr. Relevant League last year. He's in the KBN League this year, which I am in as well. And I love that I'm getting a fantasy football call for a league I'm in that I'm playing against David in. That's well done by him. Yeah, they're better now, obviously. I think they're probably viewed. Joshy, you're more of the fantasy guy, so I'm going to defer to you. I don't know how well you are versed in defensive rankings, but I would imagine this helps them from a fantasy perspective, but also from just like an overall perspective. They have to be viewed as one of the best defenses in the National Football League.
If I can, and I don't want to spend more than 20 seconds on this.
I'll start a timer. Go.
The strongest indicator of fantasy points and fantasy success for a defense is sacks. So Micah Parsons coming in and getting more sacks will elevate them and make them a better team to use when you are playing fantasy football this year.
With 5 seconds to spare. Nicely done by JOSHY DiMaggio. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Super Bowl or bust? How soon do the Packers need to win a Super Bowl for this to be viewed as a total success? I think it's probably sooner than you think.
I want to throw something out there.
Yeah.
I want the haters of this pick to come out. I want to hear from some of them. I know we're having a party, but I want to see people try and spin this negative.
I'll just say
I've
this.
Seen it.
You had an all-time moment at 7:02 a.m. Do you know what I'm referring to? For those of you that haven't been listening to us all day on ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Wisconsin, what's wrong with you? They haven't been. The very first thing Mark Chmura said today, obviously the former Packer tight end, the Super Bowl champion, on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, which is weekday mornings, 7 to 9 a.m. on ESPN Milwaukee. Joshy produces that program and co-hosts that program. The first thing Mark Chmura said this morning is they overpaid for him, and you cackled.
Laughed in his face.
I've never heard you laugh that aggressively.
Yeah.
You have a great laugh. But you cackled in that man's face uninterrupted for about 10 seconds.
It was an arrogant laugh. It was a joyful laugh. It was all the type of laughs you could have.
I don't think there's very many haters, but if there is, the lines are open for you, 800-990-3776. I also want to talk about how soon the Packers have to win the Super Bowl in order for this to be viewed as a total success. We'll dive into that. Coming up next, it's a special edition of Mr. Irrelevant live on ESPN Wisconsin. More next.
Micah Parsons is a Packer.
He's proven. He's been incredible in Dallas. This is just an amazing move. I am shocked that Goody got this pulled off.
Reaction continues next, right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2026 Honda HR-V LX all-wheel drive for as low as $249 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
The roll screen, the ability to roll a window screen up and down like a shade. Pella invested in this breakthrough when the business was born and has introduced the world to innovative, game-changing designs ever since. Hi, I'm Gina Della from Pella. Our incredible craftsmen have always been driven by the principles of traditional American values and the desire to enrich the homes and lives of others. They've been at it for a century. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, we make it easy for you to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home. Pella always designs with innovation and rigorously tests each product for quality and performance. Our team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Investing in new Pella windows and doors creates long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years. And if you order by August 31st, get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
Hi, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network. Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's trusted name in home improvement, does more than just top-quality roofing. They're your go-to for maintenance-free siding and energy-efficient windows, too. Ridgetop has expert credentials with leading manufacturers like Pella, James Hardie, and LP Smart Siding. For over 20 years, they've delivered exceptional craftsmanship and service. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Ridgetop Exteriors, where customer service always comes first.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
There's a new sheriff in Titletown.
They added the best defensive player in the NFC.
Micah Parsons is coming to Green Bay.
Jordan Love's no longer the star of this team. Micah Parsons.
Continue reacting with us next on 100.5 ESPN.
So, I just finished playing golf, just heard the news about Micah Parsons gone to Green Bay. And my gut reaction, as you might guess, is good riddance and good luck, Green Bay, because you just overpaid for the overhyped Micah Parsons, who will never be able to live up to that money, especially in Green Bay, where I don't think he'll ever be happy living.
Enough. That's, of course, longtime sports broadcaster Skip Bayless.
Bozo.
Just a total dork.
Yo, guess how long this video is?
Well, we just listened to what, probably about 25 seconds of it?
Yep.
I bet he goes for 5 minutes.
He is wearing a pink polo with a pink hat forward, and it looks like, I mean, Skip's kind of smooth. It looks like the leather in his car is also pink with the matching seatbelt. I'm also colorblind. That's how you know how bright this pink is, that I can see it. 10 minutes and 55 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
Credit him for car safety, wearing the seatbelt, and filming this. But good Lord, man, give it up and stick to golf.
Yeah, he's just like the ultimate coper.
I thought we had evolved past the need for a Skip Bayless.
Well, Strouf asked for haters.
Well, Joshy asked first, in my defense.
Wait, you asked for those?
Yeah, Joshy asked.
What's wrong with you guys?
I just said Joshy wants to hear it, I'll allow it.
Because what I'm going to do is laugh at them mockingly, tell them they're bozos.
And that's what you did.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Maybe that's not the best to get them on. If I tell them, call them a bozo and laugh in their face.
Well, but here's the thing. I imagine people listening to us are not upset. The people that are listening to...
I heard a few unwieldy towels, and it wasn't... The negative was awfully meek.
And it was probably, let me guess, financial related?
Not so much. It was like, well, what's this guy's deal? Is he a locker room issue? Are they going to have an issue when it comes to replacing Kenny Clark up the middle of the defense? Things like that. You're grasping at straws. You're looking for a reason to shade this negatively. It's not going to work. I'm not going to fall for it. I'll laugh at you.
Yeah. I think there are obviously like some things you could point out and say, hey, this isn't going to be right. Like, what's the salary cap going to look like in 2028? Well, hopefully there's 3 Super Bowls to show for it at that point, you know? Like, I don't know. This is not a swing for the 2030s, man. This is a swing for the right now, because everybody, including us as fans, views this team as on the precipice of a championship.
We know the name Russ Ball because his job is to manipulate the salary cap and get these contracts done.
And he's an expert at it. One of the best in the league.
And that's the last we need to talk about him.
Yep, agreed with that. All right, let's take one more call. Phil in Monona. Phil,
Philly,
you're on Mr. Irrelevant. What's up, Phil?
Hey, gentlemen. I just jumped in the car, so you might have addressed this earlier. I'm driving from Madison down to the Rock River to visit some friends for the weekend.
Very nice. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, so obviously I pulled up the Athletic this morning, and there's nothing short of 5 articles talking about this, which is absurd. And, it's been Micah, and I'm totally on board with everything you guys said. And I might have missed this if you guys talked about it already, but, I think somebody needs to talk about who fills in for Kenny Clark. What did we see in spring training?
Yeah, training camp. I think you got your baseball mixed in there, Phil. But I agree. I agree with you. I mean, it's a really good point. We were actually discussing this in a break. We have not talked about it on the air yet, Phil. So good call by you. So Joshy and I are both in the camp, and Joshy, cut me off if I'm speaking for you incorrectly, but I think we are both in the camp of, what is the saying about a boat lifting all tides? We always used to say about Aaron Rodgers, you're going to let me suffer, aren't you?
Rising tides lift all boats.
Yes, correct. And we always said that about Aaron Rodgers, right? Yes. Like he elevated the receivers around him. He elevated the running backs behind him. He elevated the tight ends, right? He always elevated teams. Micah Parsons is now that of the defense. So the only thing we have addressed about the defensive line, and we'll get to the interior in just a second for Phil, but the one thing we have said, I think all three of us, Tony, Joshy, and I have all said on the show so far about what Micah Parsons does is I think he's going to make Rashawn Gary a hell of a lot better. I think Rashawn Gary might finally get that ever so elusive 10-sack season this year because so much pressure from the opposing offense is going to be on Micah Parsons because that is the number one guy now in the Packers defense you have to circle in every game plan. Now, in the interior, you do lose a starter and a very good one in Kenny Clark. The good news is they picked up the fifth-year option on Devontae Wyatt, so you have him for a minimum of 2 more seasons. That's a minimum. And then it's kind of next man up mentality, but you feel really good about those outside pieces and you feel good about Wyatt in the middle. So is it Carl Brooks entering his 3rd season? Is it Colby Wooden entering his 3rd season? Is it a guy that they kept on the roster? This will be the 21st season in a row for the Green Bay Packers that they have kept an undrafted free agent rookie on their 53-man roster. Nazir Stackhouse is a guy that wreaked a lot of havoc in training camp, and people are excited about. Rob Domofsky, when I talked to him last night, said that's a guy who I would not be surprised if we see some action early in the season as an undrafted free agent because he made a huge impact in the joint practices, in the preseason games, and just in training camp in general. So those are your options, and those are the guys you're going to see.
Yeah. He fits the traditional nose tackle, which the Packers had. Kenny originally played. They moved him to a 3-tech D tackle, and now he was playing nose tackle again. Nazir Stackhouse is the presumptive guy to fill that role, but they're just going to be multiple, and they're going to be moving people around. You have Carl Brooks, you have Colby Wooden, you have Devontae Wyatt. They also drafted Warren Brinson. So there's enough guys. Is it going to be as maybe good as a really good Kenny Clark could have been? No. But you know what makes you feel a whole lot better about stopping the run and your strength up the middle? Your 2 linebackers that you have right behind them. Mm-hmm. Adrian Cooper is still an ascendant talent, probably has more left in the tank as he becomes more familiar with the defense. And when you're worried about Micah Parsons, who can ruin a game at any point, that opens those guys up for a lot more one-on-one opportunity. Now, that's not necessarily how the run game works because if they're attacking the middle, likely your guy's going to be double-teamed. But what it does do is it puts a lot more on that middle of the defense, and you can even extend that into the Evan Williams and Xavier McKinney. That strength goes all the way up. Obviously, you don't want them making a lot of tackles.
Yeah.
But I believe in Jeff Hafley to be creative enough to the one spot where we might see a weakness now, because Micah Parsons to me makes your cornerback room a lot better, makes your safeties a lot better, and makes your edge rushers a lot better. The only thing he doesn't really contribute to is the run game up the middle. Other than that, if they want to run at him, fine. If you want to try and beat the Packers, one of the most explosive teams in the NFL, a team always looking to take chunk plays by running it down their throat, well, then you better be the Colin Kaepernick, Raheem Mostert, San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, don't even bring that game up, man. That's such a bad memory.
But that's the level they would need because the Packers are a quick strike offense. If Jordan Love even takes a half a step forward, they are a potent offense, and they're going to hit you quick and hit you often. And if you are ever behind and in a passing situation, those boys are going to eat on the defense.
Those boys are going to eat. Tony, go ahead.
Josh, you just keep a better pulse to this. Did you see an over-under for Rashawn Gary sacks going into the season?
Yes, I did, actually. It was 6.5.
Okay, so...
Have you looked at it since?
I have not. I don't know if it got pulled and reposted.
That's what I was getting at, is you can't currently bet on Rashawn Gary over-under for sacks right now.
I think he gets the 10, like you said.
I think this is the year to do it. But with that, okay, so that means one of two things in my mind. Either A, Parsons goes down, and it evens out, right? Maybe you have two, Parsons has 10, Rashawn has 10, or 11 and 10, 12 and 10, whatever. Or... this is a defense that's going to get a whole lot of pressure on the quarterback, which, again, their numbers were inflated last year. I think they were 8th in the league in sacks, but 15 of their 48 came in 2 games.
Yes.
And kind of the rest of the year.
Their pressure rate and pass rush win rate, that's always tough for me to say, was amongst the lowest in the league.
That is kind of a tongue twister. I won't give you a hard time on that.
So what I think it means is, one, Gary's going to be put in a better spot to beat a single guy, not get chipped, not get help from the running back. And it also, if one guy's caving the pocket in, they're usually going to go the other way. And Rashawn Gary's going to be there. He's great at holding an edge.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's quarterbacks coming towards him, I believe he's going to be able to bring them down.
Everybody on these airwaves has given Rashawn Gary a hard time because he is paid like an elite pass rusher. And he does have good things about his game.
Yes.
He is a good football player. He just hasn't been great, like the contract he is paid.
Yes.
Details, right? It essentially says, hey, you are a great pass rusher. You are a guy who wreaks a ton of havoc. He gets some sacks and he gets some pressure. This move is going to elevate him. And to your point, Josh, it's going to make everybody on the defense
Rashawn Gary has, at his peak, spent around 12% pressure rate. Do you know what Micah Parsons is?
Say the number for Rashawn again.
It's about 12%.
I don't want to be too optimistic, but I'm going to guess it's like 26.
It's 20, which leads all defenders in the NFL.
Yeah, I believe
nobody has a better.
I saw a chart where he was above Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
who, by the way, is a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
and maybe you know what? Maybe one of, if not the best defensive lineman ever. Is that fair? Is that fair for Aaron Donald? Okay.
He's won multiple depoys.
I don't want to go too far in my praise for him, but
one of the best, certainly of the modern era.
I mean, the names of best defensive players ever, at least in the front seven: Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White, Aaron Donald. I'm probably missing somebody.
I think that's a fair way to go.
I don't know if you're missing anybody. I think you kind of hit that one on the head.
And you know, hopefully, the hope is at 26 years old, Micah Parsons is eventually in that conversation.
Yes,
he is at the beginning of his prime. The Packers just locked him up for 4 more years. Pretty unbelievable what that does to a championship window and a defense.
Kicks it down, blasts it open.
I mean, yeah, it kicks the door right down. That Pella window is open all the way up for the Green Bay Packers over the course of the next couple of years. They've got the quarterback, they've got the defensive captain, and they've got a few years left, keep in mind, of Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney, and like all their best players are locked up. Zach Tom on the offensive line was locked up this offseason, and the Packers are so good at locking up their good players early, right? So if they're going to stick with, say, Jaden Reed, I would imagine after the season, they will lock him up for a cheaper price than, say, if he hit the open market. And that's kind of what happened with Micah Parsons here in Dallas, is the Cowboys waited, and then Trey Hendrickson got paid, and Max Crosby got paid. And it only kicked the price up. Packers were happy to pay it because he's that good and that young, but the Packers don't really do that with their good players.
Dude, next summer there'll be some defensive end that gets 47.5, 48 mil. This is where this is.
It's how the NFL works, and salary cap keeps going up. So I know to normal people like us listening and us talking, it seems like $188 million. Oh my God, right? But that's market value when you are as good as Micah Parsons is in the National Football League.
Aiden Hutchinson is amongst some of the happiest people on earth right now.
Good point.
Because he's going to get paid.
That's
he? Oh, yeah. That's
the name.
His number starts with a 5.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right about it. Just like last summer, we did the Jordan Love thing. He made 55.
Yep.
And that was the highest at the position at that point. Dak Prescott now makes 60.
Yep.
Right? So it always goes up because the NFL always makes more money. Thank you, Taylor Swift, the billionaire.
The cap is not looking like it's going to be turning back at any point.
No, it does not.
It's rising at like historic rates.
Yes, it's like 12 or 13% every year.
Well, there's 17 different streaming services and more on the way.
And 17 games, which will soon be 18, and those numbers keep going up.
And those rights start with a billion with a B to just even get one
Several
of those
Bs.
games.
Several Bs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to go up. The Packers financially are going to be fine, and the two most important positions on the football field are taken care of for the next 4 years.
All right, we keep rolling on with you. It's a special edition of Mr. Irrelevant. Alex Strouf, JOSHY DiMaggio, Tony Cartagena, Hunter Vaughn with you on ESPN Wisconsin. More coming up right after this.
Micah Parsons is a Packer.
Micah Parsons, he should elevate everybody around him. So that amount of money, yes, staggering to one player, but how it affects everybody else, it makes it worth it.
Reaction continues next, right here on 100.5 ESPN. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Sinden Chevrolet in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Sinden Chevrolet in Mount Horeb. Another season begins tonight. Wisconsin Volleyball starting their 2025 campaign with a pair of top 25 matchups at the Kohl Center over the holiday weekend. Bucky facing 14th ranked Kansas for a 6 p.m. matchup tonight. Then Sunday, the Badgers square off with number 5 Texas at 1 p.m. Wisconsin coming in ranked 8th in the national polls and predicted to finish 3rd in the Big Ten. Join Jesse Nelson for all things pre- and post-game and John Arias for all the in-game action. Catch every match here on 100.5 ESPN, your home for Wisconsin Badger volleyball.
For long-lasting comfort and reliability, our craftsmen make it easy to trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Right now, get 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Meet Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Is your roof underperforming? Saggy shingles, leaky spots? Sounds like someone needs a little Evandale Roofing. They don't just patch things up, they go all the way. Tight, sealed, satisfied. It's the kind of roof that'll have your neighbors going,
now that's a roof.
Evandale Roofing. They get on top so you don't have to. Call now. Your house deserves it.
Packers fans, your next quick trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruising into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST, or blazing the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570, or grilling like an MVP with your new Pit Boss Ultimate Liftoff Griddle. Whoa, every dollar you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards earns you a point in the Packers fan zone. So come in and get winning. No purchase necessary. Full details at QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango, bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
Hey Madison, it's John Arias. Today's Wisconsin volleyball broadcast is brought to you by the Gordon Flesh Company. Join me for the call of the match later today on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Close to folks you have you ever felt the pain so powerful?
The Micah Parsons is a Packer party continues here on Mr. Irrelevant. Alex Strouf, JOSHY DiMaggio. with the Tony Cartagena and Hunter Vaughn running the show for us today across ESPN Wisconsin. Good to be with you on this Friday afternoon, this optimistic Friday afternoon. We are just 9 days away from the Packers kicking off the season against the Detroit Lions. And the Packers will have Micah Parsons rushing after Jared Goff. That's so cool. It's still hard to believe for me.
Did you see your co-host in the afternoon, Ben Brust, from his honeymoon? Not only did he record a video, but he also put a tweet out.
Yeah, he's truly an insane person. Like, I respect the hell out of him for that. And his wife, I believe, had to be the one recording it. Truly insane.
But he ended the tweet with "Sleep well, little buddy." Jared Goff, sleep well, little buddy, or something like
funny.
that.
Well done. Funny. Yeah, he looks tan. He's somewhere tropical.
It's not hard for him to look tan.
What do you mean it's not hard? It's hard for me to look tan.
He started off as paper white. It's going to usually look tan pretty quick.
It's the same. Yeah, that's how I operate. Like, I haven't been outside for a couple weeks, so I'm already looking pasty. I look like I've got my winter glow. Well, like spent a lot of time outside because, like, obviously music festivals and concerts that are outside in July and the 4th of July. I'm outside a lot, so I get a nice tan going. But like,
he hasn't been to any beer gardens recently.
Yeah.
He's going through withdrawals.
That's
what he's trying to say. Let's just put it out there.
He's going through withdrawals.
Goodness gracious.
That was good, TC. Good pop. Good pop. All right, so Micah Parsons on his private jet, which I respect the hell out of, tweeted, "Should I go 0 or 1?" So you can go ahead and slam those rumors. He will not be buying the jersey number from Jaden Reed. I said to you, Tony, last night, I think it's too late in the offseason to do that anyway.
There is a process to do it.
I just don't think you can do it this late.
I think it might have been like a day or two ago.
Yeah, I think it's the end of I think it's the 53 mandate.
Because they announce all those jersey changes that happen. Some guys literally swap. Some just go to a whole new number. I think some guys even say, like, I'm going with this one.
Yeah,
guys. If you're Jaden Reed or Romeo Dobbs, yes, there was a deadline.
Correct.
If you are Micah Parsons, there are exceptions.
Yeah, probably. But he tweeted out from his private jet, "Should I go 0 or 1?" So just some context. I don't believe a Packer has ever worn the number 0.
Have not.
And number 1 was last worn in the regular season. I think they've given it to some like preseason guys, training camp guys. But the number 1 has not been worn in a regular season game since Curly Lambeau.
Yeah.
Who the stadium is named after. So they paid homage to him well enough.
Both would be good options.
But 1 is not a retired number. So clearly that has been given as an option to Micah Parsons. So Joshy, if you're the decision maker, we going 0 or 1?
I like 0.
I like 0 too.
I think going with it's totally uncharted territory, going to a number we don't see very often in professional sports. You see it a little bit in the NBA.
NBA, Russell Westbrook. Yeah.
But yeah, 0's the one. It's the best. It's just a cool looking number.
Yep.
I do like how 11 looked on Micah, but you got to set a new path.
Yeah,
I'm in for 1.
Are you?
Here's why, and this is going to be very unpopular. He's got the stadium named after him. By all accounts, Curly Lambeau sucked as a human being.
Yeah.
I would love to see Micah Parsons come in as a black player to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and completely rewrite that history.
I think he'll go one. I mean, it seems like he's going one or the other. And the other part for you, and Tony, you brought this to my attention, is if you go to the Packers Pro Shop online or in person, I assume as well, you could already pre-order Micah Parsons jerseys.
Yeah,
By the way, he has not been introduced as a member of the team officially yet, except on social media. He will have his introductory press conference with the media tonight at 6 o'clock, unless it gets pushed back again to travel delays, but I saw he's on the jet already, so he should be there by 6. You could already order it. Pretty awesome.
Did you do it?
I'm not a huge jersey guy. Josh, I know you're not either.
But I think you thought about it.
I haven't owned a jersey since Antonio Freeman.
Really?
In elementary school. I have owned other odd ones, but I believe that was one of my first Packers jerseys.
And only?
Maybe I have some that I'm not recalling, but I never want to buy a jersey because it's always like, well, how long are they going to be around? I've always debated it. I think I'm going to get myself a Micah Parsons.
Are you?
I think so.
It's worth it. I mean, like, his jersey numbers are going to be astronomical, might I add, because everybody's probably already got their love jersey, right? If you are a jersey buyer, which obviously a lot of fans are, especially the season ticket holders, if you're representing at the stadium, yada, yada. Jordan Love, you probably already got, because he signed that big contract last summer, so you know he's going to be around. And a lot of people like me, I bought it before his first start because I just had faith. I was one of the few that was a fan of the draft pick. I wish they would have drafted somebody to help Rodgers, obviously, but I really liked Jordan Love in the draft, and I was, okay, I guess Rodgers isn't going to play forever. So I bought it before his first start. I don't know if I'm going to buy the Parsons one yet. I might. I still kind of want to buy like a Tucker Kraft one though, because I love him. I think he's going to be awesome for them.
Can you, I as a fill-in producer back here, I'm just learning some of the stuff back here. Can you make your little comment about how you did the, I bought the jersey first before anyone else did, before he started, little deal?
Well, I didn't do it before everybody else, but I did buy it before.
Just repeat it, sir.
I bought my Jordan Love jersey before his first start.
Cool.
It worked. Got him.
Cool.
Take that, sucker.
Here's the thing. So Tony Cartagena, for those of you not familiar, used to produce Wilde and Tausch back at its inception. And now he's
started Wilde and Tausch.
Cool. I said back at its inception. He's just playing with buttons now.
Yeah. You guys.
He produces the Thanalysis show with Thanasis Antetokounmpo, Giannis's brother, which you can get wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe to it on YouTube, Thanalysis show. They do a great job. Super cool interviews. Thanasis is an awesome dude, and Tony does an awesome job with the show. But he doesn't produce a lot of our radio programs anymore. This is the first show you've produced in 2 years?
A year. Yeah, it's been a while.
So he's just having a blast back there.
Caleb Williams sucks.
If you guys get me started on the hot keys back here, which for those just listening is just a page full of different things that make noises.
DJ Strouf.
I like that one.
That's a fun one.
I like that one.
What else we got? Brust. Like some of these. Do you know? It's Micah Parsons Day.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Caleb Williams sucks.
That one's fun.
Now I'm done.
I do agree with that statement.
Back to Parsons. Back to Parsons.
I do agree with that statement. Yeah. I think we're going to win the Super Bowl.
There it is. 22 and a half hours after the trade. There it is. Strouf finally cracked.
Yeah, I think we're going to win the Super Bowl. That's where I'm at. I legitimately, and I said we, by the way, Tony, I've told you before I never say we. I just said we.
The whole state of Wisconsin is we today. This is the first thing the state of Wisconsin has agreed on in a very, very long time. Yeah. Everyone collectively, except Chewy, apparently.
Sports are shared experience.
Yeah. I think the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. I really do.
If there is ever a we, would it not be the Green Bay Packers, who are community owned? We buy stock.
Yeah, I guess we actually have the opportunity to say it in this aspect. I do not own a stock.
Are you an owner, Josh?
No.
Good.
I'm not either. But I guess we are community owned. We all grew up in Wisconsin. We're all huge Packers fans. We all were born into it.
It's we. You can say we. The only people who don't want you to say we are like the.
Okay, I'm going to say it both ways. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. I think we are going to win the Super Bowl. I truly do. And at the very least, I think we're going to get there this year.
Some beat reporter from River Falls is very happy you didn't say we. Like, it's fine. They're part of your DNA. They're part of your job and your livelihood. Yeah. It's a we.
So,
roll with it.
But hold on. I know obviously this comes from a place of me riding very high about this edition, but I actually think there is a football context to this. Because I do believe Jordan Love is going to take a step. I think last year he was a little banged up, but he's proven us he can be a really good quarterback. I think Matt LaFleur is an offensive genius. I think they massively improved in terms of the number one receiver, and I like the rest of the receivers in that room. So offensively, and Josh Jacobs is a total workhorse. So I think offensively, they do have a case to be one of the best offenses in the NFL. I think a defense, year two in a system under Jeff Hafley, there's more comfortability naturally, and you just added one of the best defensive players in football who is a complete game wrecker, and he's going to wreak havoc. So yeah, while I am riding high, and it probably sounds silly 22 hours after the trade, for me to say I believe the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl, I actually think they are going to win the Super Bowl on August 29th, 2025. I've said it. I'm done. The Packers, I think they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Micah.
This year?
This year. I think it's the year.
That was a good clarification.
I certainly think there's a Super Bowl, maybe two, in the Packers' future. I
love this.
We went from 1 to 2 Super Bowls.
You got 4 years?
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
Who do we have for 4 years?
Micah.
More than just us talking about Super Bowls, the move Brian Gutekunst made to bring in Micah Parsons is a Super Bowl winning move.
Bingo.
That's the only goal. You don't mortgage the future. A thing we're so unaccustomed to in Green Bay as Packers fans, we're not used to trading the picks for people.
Yeah.
And making him the highest paid player ever, who's not a quarterback, is a move of saying, this is Brian Gutekunst put his job on the line. Because if this fails, he's done. If he stayed and the team was another 7 seed and one and done in the playoffs, he's probably going to be fired in the future too.
Yeah.
He put his onions on the table and said, we're going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe in the guys we have, and with this addition, we expect to be competing for Super Bowls year in and year out.
All right, real quick. I know we got to get to a break and hit what we missed, which is brought to you by our friends at Door County Distillery. Who do you think the most improved Packer is going to be because of this trade? It's likely on the defense.
Rashawn Gary. He's going to have his first.
I really like that take. I think it's a really good one.
Lucas Van Ness.
Is it weird for me to go like safety? Like, I think Evan Williams is going to have a huge year because of this.
I think both those safeties are going to find themselves with opportunities to make plays on balls that you wouldn't.
And I think John on ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube actually just makes a really good point as we talk about this. He says Lucas Van Ness having another guy to look up to is huge. And by the way, this helps him too. He's going to be in the rotation. He's going to be on the field despite not technically being a starter anymore on the depth chart. We're still going to see a ton of LVM.
Not to get ahead of ourselves, but this move and Rashawn Gary, depending on how he performs, Lucas Van Ness is the guy who's supposed to fill that Rashawn Gary hole now.
Correct.
So, who knows what happens with Rashawn and his contract and how that works out and who they can keep.
Yeah, we don't know.
There is an out for the Packers, and a great way to get that out would be Lucas Van Ness being a player.
Absolutely right about that. All right, we got to hit what we missed. You're not going to want to miss that as we wrap up this edition of Mr. Irrelevant. Coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin.
Micah Parsons is a Packer.
I'm not going to put him in the same categories as Charles and Reggie yet, but it has that chance. He is that kind of player.
Reaction continues next, right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Steinhoffel's biggest Labor Day sale ever is happening now. Save 10% off store-wide or use Steinhoffel's 60-month 0% financing and get $50 instant cash back for every $4.99 you spend. Plus, buy a premium mattress and get free premier delivery on your entire order. And get amazing doorbusters like a Sealy mattress for only $199. Sofas starting at just $299. Shop Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My new friend Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Immediate live show streaming, a homepage customized just for you. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN.
If you're just doing this because you're starting to not believe the Packers are going to bring in a number 1 wide receiver.
The ESPN Wisconsin app. Everything in the palm of your hand.
Who are the top guys?
And Dobbs.
That is the problem.
No, I totally agree.
You have never called Xavier McKinney the wrong name.
Available in the Apple and Android App Store. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, We have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
The Packers have made their move, acquiring Micah Parsons from Dallas.
So does this automatically mean Super Bowl or bust for the Green Bay Packers?
No doubt.
Yep.
Continue reacting with us right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wrapping up Mr. Relevant, ESPN Wisconsin. Alex Strouf, JOSHY DiMaggio, Tony Cartagena, Hunter Vaughn with you for just a few more minutes ahead of Kyle Bruston Nortman, which will actually be Strouf and Nortman. The marathon continues for me. Brad Nortman will join me in just a few minutes as he gets his
prepping his voice.
Yeah, so for those of you not in the loop, Brad Nortman, the former NFL punter, former Wisconsin Badger, he had surgery on his vocal cords a couple weeks ago. Had some polyps develop, and right now he is using a I forget what it's called, a nebulizer. To get his voice warmed up. Have you?
Asthma.
Oh, but he's been using it before the show every day. It looks
I didn't know they came handheld like that.
Well, it looks like a fat vape. Like you remember, like 2016, 2017 when the vape fad started.
He also looks like Laramie Tunsil, the gas mask.
Oh, I made that joke actually the first day he was back. All right, real quick, we got to get to what we missed, which is presented by our friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. Love Door County Distillery. It's tailgating season, baby. And for me, it's whiskey season. I love the Door County Distillery bourbon. Their single malt whiskey is terrific in a whiskey old fashioned. They also make cherry brandy infused with local Door County cherries for your old fashions, depending on if you're a brandy person or a whiskey person. They've also got a wide array of rums, gins, vodkas, all the in-betweens. Check out their website, doorcountydistillery.com, to find the retailer nearest you, as well as a huge list of unique cocktail recipes. So what we missed, Joshy, well,
who cares?
The Badgers won.
Woohoo!
But the Packers got Micah Parsons, baby.
That's damn right.
Micah.
It's unbelievable, truly. And we've got a little less than 2 minutes here, Joshy, so I'll give you the floor. I know you're filling in, by the way. Jim, Matt, and Molly coming up at 4 o'clock on ESPN Madison, so you're not done yet either.
I'm not done yet. I'm going to go get myself a little lunch. We're going to come back firing off all the takes. I don't know how to wrap up what has been this show, this day, the past 24 hours or so. We are approaching that soon here. But I feel a level of pride to be a Packers fan today. I feel a level of pride to be a part of this and experiencing all this with everyone. And it's just very exciting to be what feels like on the precipice of a Super Bowl championship. It's been a while.
Yep.
Not that long when you look across other teams. Some of them haven't made it to the NFC Championship game in twice as long as the Packers since they had a Super Bowl. But it got real yesterday. Our Super Bowl hopes got real. Brian Gutekunst did what it took, and he made a big bet on his team, on Jordan Love, on his coach, and on just everything that it is to be a Green. It feels like, and I felt this yesterday, it almost feels like we're a chosen fan base. The way you line up quarterbacks, the way
great point by you.
There's been Hall of Famers through here and guys that have just come in and been absolute game changers. It feels like, I don't know what we've done to deserve this, but I'm damn happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, I am too. All right, my reaction continues coming up next on KBN. Joshy will be back with you on 100.5 ESPN Madison at 4 o'clock with Molly Brown, I believe, right? On Jim, Matt, and Molly. So the marathon continues for Joshy. The marathon continues for us. And this ain't a marathon. This is a damn party. Big thanks to Tony Cartagena for stepping in today, producing the show. And a big thanks, as always, to our buddy Hunter Vaughn, who's Sad, but came to work. Kyle Bruston-Ortman is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin.
Thinking about going electric? Now is the